The first thing we're going to need to do to install our CPU cooler is remove the stock clips. They're each held on with 2 screws. We've then got one of these thumb screws to go onto each corner. And then we've got one of these brackets to go on at the top and at the bottom. You'll notice there's a little arrow on it pointing towards the CPU, so make sure you put it on the right way round. And then we just need to put a thumb screw onto each corner. We can then add some thermal paste to the centre of the CPU. It is included with the cooler. We've got some plastic protection on the bottom of our CPU cooler that we're going to need to remove. To be able to secure our CPU cooler, we're going to need to temporarily remove the fan. So we've got 2 heat sinks here, and the fan is actually down the middle behind this magnetically attached mesh. So you can get your nail into here on either side and just lift a little bit of mesh up. You can see we've got our fan here, and we've got a little arrow pointing this way. So airflow is going to be going this way through the CPU cooler. So we've got a clip on each side. It's just a matter of putting them in, and that is then going to allow us to bring our fan up. Next, we can lower our CPU cooler down, lining up with the bracket beneath. You'll see that our brackets are now lined up, and there's a little thumb screw that we're going to have to tighten up on each end. So Deepcool do include a long screwdriver to allow you to do this. So we're just going to pass this down through the gap in the top of the heatsink, and then we're just going to tighten each one up in turn. And then we can slide our fan back into place. Now importantly, you're going to want to make sure this little arrow is pointing from front to back. And then we can replace the mesh panel on the top, which is magnetically attached. Our CPU cooler has 2 speed settings. All the way over towards the right hand side it's set to performance mode. All the way over to the left hand side it's set to quiet mode. And to switch between the two is just a matter of sliding the switch here. So I'm going to leave it set to performance mode. We've got this sticker coming from the cables I'm just going to remove. And then this is our CPU fan header at the top of the motherboard. So we'll get the cable plugged into it. And then we'll just tuck the excess cables in onto the cooler.